How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, King Calf, and we're doing a little bit of a different video. As you can see, my face is in the forefront. Um, I kind of want to just give my thoughts about the Street Fighter 6 beta that just dropped. I'm a huge fighting game fan. I play a lot of fighting games ever since I was a kid, and Street Fighter was obviously one of the main ones. I mean, if you play fighting games, you play Street Fighter, or at least you've dabbled in Street Fighter. And I've been playing it since the SNES days, since Street Fighter 2, as a kid. My boy Ryu's always been my guy. Kendo is the backup. I'm one of those, just original guys that like to play the main character. I make it work, even if they're not the best. But Ryu's always been my guy. I've been playing every Street Fighter all the way to Street Fighter 5, and I stepped back from Street Fighter 5 just because I was really unsatisfied with how the launch was. I know it got significantly better as time went on, but unfortunately I never went back to it. But I was excited for Street Fighter 6, and I think that's mainly just because Capcom has just been on a roll. I'd say since 2017, they've just been releasing bangers after bangers, ever since Resident Evil 7 and they created the RE engine. Capcom's just been absolutely killing it. Even with their most recent release with Resident Evil 4 Remake, that shit was fire. I made a video about that, definitely go check it out. But aside from that, Street Fighter 6 grabbed my attention. And even though I was kind of feeling weird about the whole new generation aspect of it, I still was definitely really interested in it. So when that beta finally dropped, I played it right away, and I just want to give you guys my thoughts of what I think about the game currently, as we are going to be getting the game pretty shortly, in a couple of weeks as of the making of this video. So the first thing I want to talk about is just the presentation. I think the presentation of the game is pretty good. They have all these vibrant colors. They're definitely trying to go for this more, I don't know, Gen Z kind of look. It's all abstract art and very colorful, and people are very exaggerated, and I dig it. I think it's a really cool look for Street Fighter. I think ever since Street Fighter 4 came, that's when they started to have the more exaggerated, crazy muscles. Ryu is just a unit. But I really like the whole aesthetics of the game and the music. They're giving this more kind of techno trance kind of vibe to it. I think it's pretty cool. So the graphics are looking good. The RE engine for Street Fighter, it's really cool because the last couple of games for the RE engine have been more that photorealistic kind of look to it, and Street Fighter 6 definitely has a more photorealistic look to it opposed to Street Fighter 5, for example. But it still has that cartoony look because Street Fighter's aesthetics has always been that anime. They're not going for a real life thing what they do with Resident Evil. They will go more for the Japanese anime kind of style, and I think that they adapted it really well in Street Fighter 6. So I'm digging the look of it, the details on the characters, the models on their faces, the animations, they all look great. So definitely I'm really enjoying how the game looks so far. I'm not sure if this is the first time that they've done this, but Street Fighter 6 has a creative character mode, and that's what you're going to be mainly using in the online lobbies. Street Fighter's really been pushing the whole world tour aspect, where you're creating a character, you're giving them moves, you're able to go up to people and fight them. They had that in the first demo that had the world tour demo. This beta was mainly just online. World tour wasn't available, but you still got to create a character. Unfortunately, I didn't really dabble too much in it just because I know that the progress doesn't carry over to the real game. So I wasn't going to spend, an hour creating a sick character when it's going to be gone. But man, some of the characters that people are making in this game are so damn terrifying. They are scary. I'm gonna put some footage up here, and you're gonna see some of the whack ass things that I've seen. People with tiny T-Rex arms and massive bodies and crazy wigs. And every time I saw somebody with that kind of character, I just stopped everything I was doing and just looked at them. And it killed me. It was hilarious. I cannot wait to see what else people create, because man, some of the shit that people are making is atrocious. So Overall, the beta was really good. I felt that they really nailed the connection stability in the beta, and that gives me hopes that we're gonna get a really, really sturdy connection in the main game. The rollback was good. I rarely had games where there was lag. I think I had one game that had some significant lag that was kind of actually affecting the game. But other than that, the game was smooth. I was really impressed with how Capcom handled the lobbies in this game. And I'm pretty sure Street Fighter V was the same. Like, they had pretty stable lobbies, but you never know. Every game that releases nowadays, especially in the year 2023, like, it's always a gamble. You don't know if a game is going to be good at the start, especially in the beta. Than when their next game or their previous game comes out. So I was really, really happy that Capcom nailed the lobbies. The actual fight hub or whatever it's called, forgive me, I can't remember the name of it, but it's a really cool. So a lot of fighting games now have been doing the whole, create an avatar and go into a lobby with other avatars, and it's like a world, and you fight people. Like Guilty Gear Strive's done it, Dragon Ball FighterZ did it. But I really like how Street Fighter is doing it because it gives you this sense of you arriving at like Evo, like you're at this grand stage and there's all these people that want to fight you in a game, and how they presented it, like there's arcade cabinets. So instead of you just going up to someone and like fighting them, you're actually just sitting opposite to them in an arcade cabinet and fighting them. And I thought that was really cool. I thought it was a really cool touch because it gives you that sense that you're actually going to a Street Fighter tournament, not like you're actually participating in the tournament, but no, you're going there as a person to play other people. I thought that was a really cool idea, and the map or the environment is really, really grand looking. So I think that they nailed the aesthetics on that perfectly. I'm really happy with what we have so far. So let's talk about the gameplay. The gameplay is great. It's Street Fighter. It's classic Street Fighter. You know what you're getting into. You got your Hadoukens, your Shoryukens, you got your cancels, your specials, your 1v1, foot dances that you're kind of going against each other. It's classic Street Fighter. I thought that the game performed really well. I thought the characters have some pretty cool move sets. And you know what, this is the first time I believe that they did this, but now they're offering modern controls and dynamic controls on top of the classic controls. So your classic controls are your normal, quarter circle, square to do a Hadouken, your back quarter circles to do like a kick. Like, your classic fighting game movements and inputs are in there, but then they also have dynamic to help make combo strings a lot easier. It makes the game a lot more approachable, and we've been seeing this a lot with a lot of fighting games. Again, Dragon Ball FighterZ has auto combos, other games have auto combos, and it makes the game more approachable because fighting games just have that stigma that only sweaty people play it. And why am I gonna start playing this fighting game and get my ass kicked for 6 hours and then maybe be able to beat somebody who's brand new to the game? I know a lot of people feel like that with fighting games. So it's good to offer the ability for people to just relax, press 2 buttons, and they're doing some flashy combos. I like it. The one thing I don't like about this game so far is that I did find that a lot of people hide. And what I mean by that is that I know it's not an anime fighter. I feel that anime fighters are a lot more aggressive in terms of how to win. But Street Fighter has a lot more defensive mechanics. Like, you're waiting for someone to jump at you so you can hit them with the DP. Or when they're hanging back, you're hitting them with a projectile. You're like, I understand that, but I feel that there needs to be some sort of caveat. Kind of like what Guilty Gear Strive has, where if you are not being aggressive enough and you're hanging in the back, you start to lose your special meter. I think implementing that in Street Fighter 6 would actually benefit the game, because there were a lot of fights where I had to just watch people hang back and fire projectiles at me, and I had to, counter that by firing more projectiles at them and waiting for them to jump at me and Shoryuken them after. And I'm very adaptable. I'm cool with that. It's not like I'm not bad at the game, so the whole get good isn't gonna be applicable to me. But I just feel that that's boring. Like that. I don't want to play a strategic, waiting game. Like, this isn't a turn-based combat RPG. This is a fighting game. So there has to be something that allows people to want to get close up to you because there is some sort of consequence if you hang back. I unfortunately know that's not going to be in the game, but it's just my thoughts personally that I think that that would, improve the fun factor of the game. And maybe down the line they'll add it in, or maybe in future iterations they'll add it in. But yeah, I just want to kind of give my take on that. So other than that, I mean, I am really enjoying the gameplay. They added two main new mechanics: the ability to absorb an attack and use it to counter, so that you can have a further combo extender, or also land a special. I really do like that. And then also, if you absorb an attack and then someone does that to you afterwards, like you'll hit them first. I think it's really cool. It has a really cool visual aspect to it. I mean, if you were just a bystander watching the game and you saw that, it would look very appealing. The paintbrush look when you perform that action is really, really cool. And then there's also a parry mechanic, so that the parry mechanic can just auto block some move, and you can use that to counter after. You can get like a perfect parry where it slows down and then you can counter them after. I like those. It gives more depth to the game. It gives more defensive options and also more offensive options. So that, and then it's just classic Street Fighter. I mean, Street Fighter has just always had great fighting mechanics. Street Fighter, I feel, made fighting games what they are now. Street Fighter 2 especially, and this is just more of that but refined. And I'm really excited about the game. I'm actually really sad that the beta is over as of the recording of this video, because I just want to play more. I want to get better. I was doing pretty well against people. I was, especially because I haven't played a Street Fighter game in like 5+ years. But I was holding my own, and that's just from classic fighting game knowledge. But man, like, this game is great, and I cannot wait to see what happens when the game comes out. Like, the community is gonna find all these crazy combo strings with characters, and we haven't even seen all the characters. We're gonna get tier lists to see who's actually the best character, and I'm just excited to see where this goes. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on the beta as of now. I think that we have a really good game coming, and like with this and Tekken 8 coming, Mortal Kombat 1 coming, like this is gonna be a crazy year for fighters, man. Like, I cannot wait to see, because we got the three big ones, like fighting games. Like, there's three big daddies of fighting games, and that's your Street Fighter, your Tekken, and your Mortal Kombat. And we're getting a new entry from all three of those. Like, this is gonna be crazy, and I cannot wait to see what happens. Like, I hope we get betas for those games too, because I'm gonna give my impressions. I'm gonna be jumping in on that shit right away. But yeah, guys, that's what I want to let you know. Thank you so much for watching my early impressions of the beta. If you played the beta, like, let me know, what character did you play as? Did you have any issues with it? Did you have any connection issues? What are you most excited about with the beta when the real game comes out? Let me know in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you guys when the game fully comes out pretty shortly.